Hello everyone, John Nathan here with another daily revision. Let us begin. Starting as always, stop the video and read the general risk warning. It is very important for your knowledge to understand the risks under trading. Upcoming events. All events are taking place in GMT hours. I recommend you write the events down in your calendar so you would be able to trade and notice them before and after the announcement. The main focus today will be on the US dollar and the euro, which are preparing us for tomorrow's speech by the European Central Bank that will decide whether we will see another increase in the quantitative easing plans for Europe or not. Yesterday, a deceiving data from the Institute for Supply Management, as known as ISM, and the vote against an increase of interest rate by Charles Evans, the ninth member of the Federal Reserve in Chicago, made the markets go very positive due to the small doubt that if we will see more poor data from the US, maybe a postponing interest rate will take place again. Today, Janet Yellen, the Fed's chairman, will speak what will probably make the picture over the interest rate a bit clearer. Higher volatility is expected. Crude oil inventories will discuss under the commodities section, but for now, write it down in your calendars at 3:30 p.m. GMT hours. U.S. market, strong day in Wall Street yesterday, sending the big indices above the last resistance. The S&P 500 finished higher by 1.07%, while the Nasdaq by almost 1.10%. The end of the year rally keeps showing its strength, and the reasons for the upward climb most of the time stay the same. Yesterday was due to the weak ISM report, which made investors rethink if an increase in interest rate is going to take place on the 16th of December or not, and only optimistic feeling needed for the markets to react strongly. After all, it is a game of emotions. Using technical analysis, we broke the last resistance, not by much and not by enough points to say certainly that this resistance is behind us. We might face a false break, a breakout of a support or resistance level, and few days after the graph returns back to where it was. For those who don't know these terms, I suggest you go to our education center and read some of the terms regarding to technical analysis. In conclusion, the announcements tomorrow in Europe and the unemployment report on Friday, according to analysts, will set the direction until the interest rate decision. Gold showing steady movement sideways as yesterday tumbled made the precious metal to stay in its position and just wait for more certain comments on the next interest rate decision. Using technical analysis, we are still trading inside a downward channel, struggling to break the last resistance. What means only one thing: the sellers are still in control of the gold. In conclusion, let the gold choose a direction before you trade it. There are many other assets with better movements. Remember, in trading, what matters is having a direction, trend, and of course, certainty in our decisions. Crude oil, same as gold. The oil is showing steady movements, but for different reasons. Yesterday, it went down a little bit due to the weak reports from China and the ISM, which showed poor results. The only reason for the commodity not to break down hardly now is the OPEC's meeting on Friday, in which most investors hope to hear a decision to maintain the high global production by the big oil producers. Crude oil inventories report is taking place today at 3:30 p.m. GMT, as I said before. Expect high volatility during the announcement, approximately 5 minutes after, but it will not last long as most eyes are waiting for OPEC's meeting, which is way more important. In conclusion, the oil is trying to fight with its last power from falling even lower. Pay close attention to the reports today and on Friday, as great trading opportunity will show up. And of course, two opportunities: if bad or poor results from OPEC and the crude oil inventories will send the price of oil lower, we will have great put options opportunities on the crude oil. However, if OPEC will surprise us with great news that they are cutting the production of oil, and who knows, maybe a decrease in oil inventories in the US will show on the report today, we might face some call options because we are getting closer to the support area over here. Stocks. Apple dropped yesterday by almost 1% after a report which claimed that the company decreased the order of iPhone parts for the next 2 quarters, indicating the demand for iPhone 6s is weaker than expected. The continuing weak supply and demand for Apple's iPhone can affect dramatically the stock, as the revenue for the next earning reports will be lower. In conclusion, Apple is going lower for the short term unless a positive notice will take the stock higher today. That's it for today, guys. If you have any question, please contact me on binaryoptionsreview@gmail.com. One more thing, we opened a Skype user, so if you want to add me on Skype, please contact me on the email and I'll add you to my list. And of course, visit Ken Davis' blog on binaryoptionsreview.net for more strategies and interesting articles. See you again tomorrow.